battle again. Throw the camera to make him shoot the camera. It's like a straight fake, dude. It's so sick. Holy shit. Let's go!
Attention! If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with being a bottom fragger, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Bottom fragging is a not-so-rare disorder commonly linked to having poor game knowledge. Exposure to toxic teammates, smurfs or people who go AFK with no warning may have put you at risk of bottom fragging. Please don't wait. Simply keep watching this video for free information about how to never bottom frag again. Bottom fraggers, call us now at 1-800-GET-GOOD. That's 1800-GET-GOOD.
Yo, what's going on, guys? I am DropTech. Welcome to the Crosshair Kings YouTube channel. Super pumped to be able to put together this first video for you. This right here is going to be some Valorant tips and tricks. Put it in about 2 10 to 12 hour days back to back. Super fun. So I've got about roughly 24 hours of gameplay into this game. So let's go ahead and talk about a couple of things that are going to help improve your guys' gameplay as promised from that intro. So tip number one, we got to keep it pretty simple. We can't be, spoiling everything and giving away our best tips right out the gate. So we're going to keep it pretty reasonable, right? So tip number one is going to be that whenever you spray weapons in this game, your crosshair is not attached to where the bullets go. So what I mean is I'm going to go ahead and click and spray on this wall. Take note of where the bullets are versus where my crosshair is. So as you can see, they become pretty detached from each other right there. That's just part of the game mechanic. The further you are away from something, the harder it's going to be to accurately spray. So learning how to have a controlled spray and knowing your distance at how far you personally can manage a spray is going to be pretty crucial. Short little ranges like this, I can hold a pretty solid spray. But whenever you come at a further distance like this, it becomes a lot harder to keep the grouping as tight, just because of what we were explaining earlier. Here's the hidden part though, is that whenever you scope in, the crosshair is attached to the bullet pattern. So check this out. I'm going to do some editing magic and I'm going to overlay videos to give you a good visual. So as you can see, whenever you ADS, where your crosshair is where the bullets are going to go. The Spectre is super easy to control ADS. Highly recommend ADSing with the Spectre, giving it a shot. See what you think.
All right, for tip number 3, it's going to be about using your abilities in ways that they're not intended to be used, guys. You have to use your abilities and think to yourself, if I'm on the other side of somebody using this ability, what would I do to counter it? And then you can use that information to put yourself in a favorable position. So I'm going to walk you through this next clip where I did that with a camera. So as you can see, my teammate dies right in front of me. He was my only other buddy, so now it's 1v3. The bullets are clearly coming from the top of those double boxes. You can tell by the downward angle of the bullets right here. And so I had to think quick on my feet, throw the camera up to distract him. He's either going to look at it or shoot at it. Either way, he takes his eyes off the corner. I peek the corner and shoot him during that time frame. It works out perfectly. Let us know in the comments any other cool ways you found to be creative and distract your enemies with your abilities.
Tip number 3, short and sweet. Did you guys know that you could send projectiles through the portal? You shoot it and you get the impact like nothing's happening, but you throw a projectile. What was that? Those blue lines coming out the other side are my smokes. Look at this. How crazy is that? I had no idea. By the way, your grenade, your projectile does open the door. Another cool thing is if you want to nade out of this door, just make sure you aim at the middle.
That gives the doors enough time to be able to react and get out. If you aim kind of over here to the side and throw it, it still blooms here. So just a couple things to be aware of. Tip number 4 is going to be using Agent Sage. So this is what we're going to do, guys. This little wall right here, you can use it to boost yourself, and you can use it to boost teammates up into unique positions. Every map has spots where it's intended to be, a person is intended to be elevated back to it, or they've also gone as far as to make sure that the height of objects is also perfect for head glitches using this right here. So this is one that I found that I really like using. I really like sniping with it. If I'm sniping, I like doing it from the middle where you have this extra notched out part because it makes you smaller to your opponent. And so when I'm sniping, I really like playing this close angle, small margin of error, but you know, it takes accuracy. So your skill level is going to depend on how you want to play this. Another really good option is if you're doing this with a rifle, you can still make the same play. I just like to come over here to the right side because this extra notch that you have right here where this doesn't block it makes it a lot easier to be able to spray if you don't initially get the head tap or more than one enemy pops out. So for the second half of this tip, we're going to come over here to garage doors. So for the second half of this tip, we're going to be pretty close. We're just over here in C doors right here looking towards mid. So I like to throw this wall up at the beginning of the round. I just line up right with the middle of this banner here. Preferably you have an op in this scenario, and you can look over the top of the doors, get yourself a quick pick at the beginning of the rounds. And this also ensures that you should never be bottom fragging if you're always getting these entry picks at the beginning of the rounds. Tip number 5 is going to be to go into custom games, turn on the cheats, and practice, figure out different angles, figure out different ways to get yourself in new spots on the map, and be able to explore people's abilities. What you're going to want to do is go into click play at the top, then custom game. I recommend closing your lobby off, that way people aren't just randomly joining and messing with you. You go to cheats, you turn them on, go ahead and start a game up. So now that you're in the game, everything is like normal right out of the gate. But if you hit escape, you can go up here and click cheats, and then you can see the full cheats options right here. You have pause match timer, on, off. If you click on immediately, it will pause the timer up there at the top, so you will be stuck in the buy phase where all your barriers and everything will still be set up. So what I recommend doing is leaving that off until you get out of the buy phase. It's actually kind of cool that they did that though, because if you needed to be able to run, you know, pre-round setup strats with your team and be able to figure it out, you could always pause the timer right here and be stuck with the force fields up. That way you guys have plenty of time to be able to figure things out, knowing exactly where the barriers are. So that's useful. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. And then infinite abilities, I basically turn all these on. I'm not gonna read it to you. You guys see what's going on here. And you can even swap teams if you need to, if you want to be on the opposite, you know, attack or defend. Round buy is over, we'll go ahead and turn pause match timer on. So now I have infinite time. I can buy whatever I want to buy, like literally. So this is useful to be able to test out all kinds of different weapons, basically infinite ammo. You have infinite grenades, infinite abilities. So, go nuts, guys. It's pretty much going to wrap up everything that we got for the first video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Being that you've made it this far, I'm pretty sure that you did, right? So go ahead and do us both a favor. Go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any upcoming content. Don't forget, guys, I do stream on Twitch. You can find me. My name is DropTech with the 0. You can see it on the screen right here. Or you can just go ahead and click the link down in the description below. This video has been so much fun to make, guys. I really hope you found some useful information in it and were at least entertained for the last 10 minutes of your life, right? Well, it's going to wrap everything up, guys. I'm DropTech from the Crosshair Kings. We'll catch you in the next video.